At one point, I had opened more than 15 credit cards. There's always another welcome bonus, just another credit you have to get, because if you don't, you're basically leaving money on the table. After years of opening cards, chasing bonuses, I realized something. I actually use a pretty small core group of cards. And more importantly, I don't think any of us need 10, 15, even 30 different credit cards to have a really good credit card setup. Instead, I want to give you a system for figuring out your number. How many cards actually make sense for your life, your spending, and how much complexity you're willing to manage. Because best credit card setup isn't necessarily the one that earns the most points. It's the one that you can actually use without letting your credit card control your spending. Step 1, give every card a job. First thing I do is completely forget about how many credit cards you have. Instead, ask yourself, what jobs do I need my credit cards to do? Maybe it's one for your everyday purchases, one that earns more where your household actually spends more. Maybe it's a travel card if you fly enough to use the benefits. Maybe it's just an old no-fee card that you had in your wallet for over a decade. What is not a job? This card earns 3x on office supplies that I might need. At some point, your rewards might get so small, it might not be worth to manage it. Here's your first exercise. Pull out your credit cards and next to each one, ask yourself, what do I use this credit card for? And fill in the blank. This credit card is used for. If you can't finish this sentence easily, this card goes on the review list. And number 2, look at your real spending, not your aspirational spending. This was a big mindset shift for me. When we evaluate cards, it's easy to think what we could get with the card. I think the better question is, does this card reward the life that I'm already living? Not the fantasy life or not the life that your credit card company encourages you to live. Let's say you have a restaurant credit, and if you already order from a restaurant, that's great. The credit has real value. But if you notice that you're rearranging your month just to use the benefit, you're being managed by that credit. Ask yourself, would I buy this if the credit didn't exist? This question matters more as your income goes up. Lifestyle inflation may happen without you even noticing it. It looks like 100 different upgrades that barely register. You make a large purchase that you weren't planning for to hit a welcome bonus. You book a slightly nicer hotel because you have a hotel credit, and you order more delivery order to your house because you have delivery credit. And suddenly your reward strategy is quietly increasing how much you spend. So for every card, I would ask, does this card reward spending I naturally do, or does it create new spending? If your credit card constantly creates new spending, that's a red flag. So number 3, mental load fee. Here's something I rarely hear. Your attention and time have value. We constantly talk about annual fees and spending enough credits to offset that. But no one really talks about the mental energy and the time that it takes to manage everything. When you have so many credit cards, you're always thinking, which credit expires this month? Which card gets groceries? Which one has a quarterly credit that I'm forgetting to activate? Which one has the benefit you vaguely remember to spend? And at some point, you're running your wallet like it's a small business. And some people, including myself, genuinely love this. Spreadsheets, every point's tracked, different credits, and every annual fee date memorized. And honestly, if you're tracking these cards closely, 8 or 9 cards may be worth it for you. But if you want a good credit card system without thinking too much about credits and tracking every single dollar, your optimal system might be much simpler. Or build your core wallet. Now let's jump into the actual number. Instead, how many credit cards should I have? Ask, how many credit cards do I need in my active system? These are 2 different things because you can have 8 different credit cards, but only really use 4 of them actively. Your core wallet is a small group of credit cards responsible for all of your spending. Card 1, default card. This is the card that you use when you don't want to think about it. could be your everyday purchases card, solid rewards across broad range of purchases, and this one alone kills most of your decision fatigue. Card 2 can be your biggest spending category. Look at where your household actually spends. Is it dining, groceries, transportation, kids, whatever it is for you? Pick 1 or 2 categories where extra rewards would meaningfully move the needle. Card 3, this can be optional. This is your lifestyle card. This is where your premium card can make sense. If you travel often and naturally use lounge access, hotel credits, and other credits you spend anyway. But before you getting that premium card, just to make sure that you are already using the premium benefits, because the benefits have to fit your life. And a 4th card, maybe a specialty card. If you fly a lot with one airline, it can be an airline credit card. If you have one hotel brand that you love, it could be a hotel credit card. I have a separate video where I discuss my 3 core credit cards that I use. I will link it in this video. I only use 3 credit cards. I have my default everyday spending card, that's my Fidelity, and I have my Citi Custom Cash for my groceries, and I have my premium Amex Platinum card. Now, how do you know if your credit card number 4 is actually worth it? I would run the math. Say you spend $500 a month on dining, that's $6,000 a year. Moving that from a 2x card to a 4x card earns you 12,000 extra points annually. Depending on how you redeem, call that $120 to $180 in value. And if the card has a $95 annual fee, you're netting between $25 to $85 per year. Sometimes the math is great and sometimes it's not, but you won't know until you run the number. And make sure that you run the number before you apply, not after. And notice that I'm not saying that everyone needs to have 4 cards. Someone who value a simple system might only want 2 cards. Someone who travels constantly might need even 5 or 6 different cards based on the airlines or different hotels they stay. The number is determined by the jobs that we assign to the credit cards. Once you know your core cards, look at everything else and ask yourself, if this card disappears tomorrow, will I miss it? Because sometimes we work really hard justifying a card we don't really care about. Okay, but would I actually miss it? If no, and especially if there's an annual fee attached to that card, it probably doesn't belong in your active system. I'm also not telling you to go close 7 different credit cards, because closing credit cards could impact your overall credit score. The immediate hit is the utilization, and utilization is one of the heaviest factors in your credit score. And the age hit is smaller than what most people think. Closed accounts and good standing stay on your account for 10 years, and both FICO and VantageScore will count those towards your credit history length while they're there. You may not need to close them at all. Many credit issuers let you change the product type, and that means downgrade to no annual fee card. So you just drop the fee and keep the account history intact. And next, make a rule for new cards. And here's a part that would have saved me from opening a lot of new cards. You just need a rule for what gets in going forward. There's always going to be a new welcome bonus promotion, new marketing from different credit card companies, and there will be personalized offers just for you. Now, before getting a new card, ask these 3 questions. Number 1, what existing job will this card do better? Maybe it replaces my current travel card, in which case that's great. Number 2, what would I have to change about my spending to get the value? If I'm manufacturing purchases to hit a bonus, that's something to think about. Number 3, what happens after year 1? This one is huge. Forget the bonus. Pretend it doesn't exist. Would you still want this card in year 2? We want the new cards to make our lives better, not make it complicated. So how many is too many cards? So here's my actual answer. You have too many credit cards when the number you're managing exceeds the number that meaningfully improves your financial life. That's it. If you have 6 cards and you know exactly why you have each, and you use most of the benefits that come with the cards, then your number is 6. You have 5 cards, but you're constantly moving purchases around. You're chasing points, forgetting fees, and you're spending more because of perks. 5 may be too many for you. Opening 15 plus credit cards taught me a lot. I learned how points work, earned some real bonuses, and I've had really great trips because I use credit card points. Nowadays though, I do value simplicity more than I used to. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop using my credit cards or stop opening them because I genuinely love using points. Please comment below how many credit cards you have. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.